Welcome back to Dragon Ball Z Anime Review Part 10. This I'm reviewing the 10th arc of the series, and another really quick one, the Perfect Cell arc. Yep. This arc is simply put this. It's a continuation of the last arc. Picks up exactly where the last arc left off, where you have, at the end of the previous arc, Cell absorbs 17, becoming semi-perfect Cell. He stays in this form for 8 episodes. Yep. And he's like, okay, I absorb 17, 18, you're next. Yep, and basically, they try to get away, though they're able to get away thanks to Krillin. Well, actually, Krillin's not there. He got a remote toward the end of the previous arc to shut down the androids. Mostly to try to shut down 17, but lucky enough, basically, 18 and 16 basically decide to briefly get away to another island. And then Cell appears like, 18, I'll find you. Basically, he's screaming. Apparently, the whole planet can hear him. Like, really? So he yells, and apparently the whole planet can hear him somehow. Also, when he transformed into semi-perfect Cell, the thing that was his mouth in his imperfect Cell form is now on his groin. I don't know why. It's the thing that basically was his mouth. Now his mouth is basically like big white lips. He's a little more human than he was before. When he first started, he was basically an insect. Now he's more human now because he's absorbed 17. And Krillin does find 18, and then all of a sudden he's overcome by emotion because of the kiss in the cheek that he got from her. And he proceeds to smash the remote that Bulma gave him. Of course, Bulma, what does she do? She flies up to Kame's lookout. Yep, despite the fact previously, here's kind of the strange thing. Previously, there was lightning storms when people try to go up there. My guess, because Kame's not there, they don't have lightning storms anymore. Don't know why. And she apparently is there for a specific reason. Now, toward the end of the previous arc, you have basically, well, the way that 18-16 get away is that Tien pretty much distracts Cell by hitting with his tri-beam cannon multiple times, almost nearly killing the man. And Goku basically had enough, so he uses in transmission to teleport himself directly to the battlefield, meeting Cell for the first time. Though he never met him in his imperfect Cell form, he did meet in his semi-Cell form. He takes Tien. He feels like he knows. Oh, Piccolo's alive. Yep. Gets him and Cell's about to attack him, and he teleports him right back to the lookout. Of course, he does not know about the lookout at all. And here's the thing: Cell never finds out about the lookout. Nope, he never does. Nope, he never does. And then as soon as Bulma gets up there, that's when Trunks and Vegeta exit the hyperbolic time chamber. That's been there since the end of the previous arc. And well, Vegeta didn't really look like appearance-wise changed very much. Yeah, his outfit was torn, but he got a new outfit anyways. Trunks looked like he grew an inch, and his hair grew out longer. And he pretty much decided to stop wearing the outfit he'd been wearing since his first appearance. Now he's wearing a Saiyan battle outfit, which he would wear for pretty much the rest of the appearances up until toward the end of the next arc. Yeah. Vegeta, of course, gets a new look. He's like, oh yeah, don't worry about it, I'll handle Cell. And he proceeds to battle Cell for about 5 episodes. Yep, and pretty much while 16 and 18 are hiding, now Goku and Gohan go into the hyperbolic time chamber, and we see for the first time, well, we see a second time, a little more about apparently Goku had been before, but he only survived here for like, outside it seemed like a minute, but inside he was here for a whole freaking month, and he couldn't survive. So, he was able to, him and Gohan spend time basically training. Now, during this period of time, Gohan goes Super Saiyan for the first time in the series, thus making him the 4th character to do this. Also, it's the debut of the, well, they refer to it as the Ascendant Saiyan form. Fans have dubbed this Super Saiyan 1.5 because it's a branch of the first one. It's slightly stronger than the regular Super Saiyan 1. Plus, there's also something else here. Like, there's also a bulky form, which only Goku and Trunks basically do this. And Trunks may be stronger, but he loses mobility. He can't go very fast. He can still fly, but he can't go very fast. So, and then of course by 160, because Vegeta's like, oh fine, I'm tired of waiting. Find Android 8, find your Android and absorb so I can basically beat you. Yes, Vegeta. Yep, and then, well, 2 episodes after Krillin destroys the remote, somehow, some way, it's like, okay, I found 18. I gotta go quickly. So he proceeds to use solar flare, blinding everybody. Trunks, 16, 18, Krillin, and Vegeta. Yep, and he gets so close to basically, he does this right in front of 18 and Krillin, and like because they're blind, he proceeds to use that opportunity while she's fighting him to simply absorb. While Krillin is beating the crap out, of course, doing nothing to him, and he proceeds to absorb her. And then once the solar flare dissipates, then he transforms into the perfect Cell form. Which this one is a little bit like, it seems like this one's a little more slimmer than the previous version, and his shoulders are black now. Now, thanks to his semi-perfect Cell form, he looked like he's wearing like he has regular feet now, and some insert toe feet. This one looks like the feet changed color, and he's a little more darker green this time, and he's got a white face and neck, and he's just looking at himself, and he's like, "Go ahead, children, play while I look at myself." And Krillin and Trunk tried to beat the crap out of him, doesn't do anything, and then Vegeta's like, "Okay, you powered up, let's fight." And Cell proceeds to wipe the floor with Vegeta. He does this over the course of 3 episodes, and he gets knocked unconscious. Excuse me. Then Trunks steps in, fights him for the last couple episodes. Of course, Trunks takes Vegeta away from the island, gets him sensor beam, and of course, Vegeta's upset that his son's fighting him. And the fight lasts between Trunks and Cell for a pretty good period of time. Cell at one point was actually losing to Trunks, and then he was beating him. And then they reveal, for some reason, decided to reveal their backstories. Yep, we get full detail exactly what their backstories are. In the case of Trunks, we get to see the deaths of Vegeta, Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, and even Piccolo. Yes, even Gohan. Though, here's something about Gohan's flashback here. This is later, there's a continuity shown later on, because here he's got both arms. In the flashback shown in Super, he's got one arm. Why in the world they changed it where he's got one arm? I have no idea. I think that the Trunks, his special, which pretty much details his backstory a little bit more than what they show here. I think that, I don't know, I haven't watched that one yet. I own it, but I haven't watched it. I have watched the Bardock special, which that is later to be not canon because of the Broly film. Yeah, because Broly changed pretty much what the special was. Bardock himself is canon, but the story itself in the film is not canon. Yeah. So, after fighting for a while, it's like, he mentions he mentions how much of a contest is him. It's like, I was like, wait a minute, stop. Don't fight me. I got an idea. I'm going to revive the World Martial Arts Tournament called the Cell Games. And I'm going to give you, because he wants to get even stronger, because he's getting bored with this. So he's like, okay, I'm going to have a tournament, and you're all going to fight me. I'm going to call it the Cell Games, and we're going to do this in 10 days. Yep, 10 days. And that's pretty much the end of the saga. Aside from the fact we do see a new form of Cell, there's nothing, and of course the introductions to Cell Games. This doesn't really mess out. And aside from those two things, we also have Gohan turning to Super Saiyan first time. The debut of Super Saiyan, the Ascended Saiyan form 1.5. Let's see. We get the debut of we get basically a much more detailed account of the hyperbolic time chamber. And we also see for the last time Gohan with long hair. Yeah, he's had long hair ever since the second time skip the series has had. Yeah, and Goku was like, yeah, time to cut your hair. Yeah, he cuts Gohan's hair. I'm sure they probably have scissors in that hyperbolic time machine because it's explained that there's food, there's a couple beds. These kind of the beds, these have curtains on them, which remind me of those big, queen-size beds that you find in a rich man's mansion. I've seen these beds before, and in case you're wondering, have I ever slept on these beds? No, I never have. Because it'd be quite strange for me to do that. To sleep with curtains surrounding my bed. It's like, wow, it's like being in a closed space. Yeah, I've never tried it. I don't know anybody who actually has slept in this habit. I'm sure people probably have. I personally haven't. And there's also a joke in here. It's like, okay, let's just have, like, let's continue training. I've rested up. Like, okay, and Goku tells Gohan, so I need you to give me 100 push-ups. Like, sure. 100 sit-ups, sure, and 10 Kamehamehas. I thought that was funny. Yeah, there's a little bit of humor in this arc. Even this arc is really super serious. Like, oh my gosh, it's so serious. Yep. And that's the arc itself. That's all 13 episodes I could think of to happen. Piccolo and Tien don't do really much anything else except watch it from a distance. Yeah, we do see a little bit of Chi-Chi, Roshi, Chaozu, and Yamcha at Roshi's house, which I'm like, why are we getting this place for? And also, is this place so dangerous? Okay, Roshi, why don't you, I don't know, suggest, hey, maybe we should contact Goku and have him teleport the four of us to Kami's lookout. That would have been an interesting idea, instead of hanging out at the Kami house. Yeah, why in the world are they there for is never, like, okay, if the place is not safe, go to lookout. Simple as that. Cell doesn't know about the lookout. Go there. As a matter of fact, Cell never goes to the Kami house. 16, 17, 18 had been there once in the previous arc. This arc, oh yeah, and also, for some reason, Semi-Perfect Cell at one point in order to trick 18 in order to be inside of him using 17's voice. For absolutely no reason at all. Just because he really wants to. Yeah. Oh yeah, he says, he also basically says, stay tuned 3 days for a television broadcast. Yeah, the Cell games also introduce a character who become a prominent character in the very next saga of the series that comes after Cell games. Not the filler arc, the first canon arc that comes right after Cell games. So yeah, that's it for this particular review. Yeah. 12 minutes covering a 13 episode arc. But yeah, that's what you can think of when it comes to this particular arc. Okay, so that's it for this particular review. My next review I'm definitely going to do is going to be Another World with my smartphone. Yep, I'm going to start watching this series. I'm probably going to start it tonight, probably finish up tomorrow. Okay? Now, I'm probably going to do the first review, definitely today. And I might get time to do part 2. I don't know if I get time to do part 3 or not tonight, okay? Peace next video. Bye.